Hello, welcome to the show. We're gonna talk about Harry Potter. It's part two.
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. See, I got the book. Brought my book collection. I don't know if you could see in the background. I forgot Half Blood Prince. I have like the hardcover of that.
Yeah.
But first, this is part two. We talk about Or the Phoenix. You could tell this is the actual copy
Is that
I
the
read.
fifth one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you could see, it's all
It's from
fucking
when from when you were like a kid.
Yeah, I think I got it for Christmas when I was 7, maybe. So 2004. So yeah, these are all probably older than maybe some of the people watching.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, this is part two. We talked about movies 1 to 4 already.
Yeah.
Last December,
Mhm.
but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. Going through the rest of them. We watched the rest of them.
Yeah.
We really watched like the last two because we'd seen them a lot.
We jumped to
I watched all of them like this year, but you hadn't seen the last two.
Not as
definitely
much.
Hallows. Those
No, I had seen it before, but just
yeah,
not in a while.
just not.
they
So
have
yeah,
cable.
we rewatched. Like we skipped through the other ones, and then we watched that all the way through part 1 and 2 of Deathly Hallows, and what'd you think of it? Well, let's start with Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, which is the fifth one.
Yeah, Harry's kind of recovering. He's a little traumatized after Voldemort came back. He misses Robert Pattinson, but he came back as a vampire, so it's all right. Yeah, it was never my favorite of the books. This one's really, I can even check right now.
It looks long.
It's really long.
You can tell it's quite dense.
At least this paperback copy, 870 pages. Even for kids that read a lot, that's a lot. That's long.
Yeah, that's why I never read them.
Yeah. And this one,
too long. Fuck that.
It's not as fun, I'd say, as on the surface at least, because Harry's a little out of sort. He's very angsty in this one. He's 15 now.
Yeah.
And it has, I think, one of the best openings of the stories because right away. There's this good guy on YouTube, Movie Flame. He covers a lot of Harry Potter stuff. Maybe people have seen it, but he's usually the opening chapters of the books are kind of slow. It's setting things up. But this one, it opens with Harry being attacked. Him and Dudley get attacked by Dementors.
Oh yeah, that's how it starts. Yeah, on the playground. Dudley's very mean.
Yeah, picking on Harry with his cronies.
Your mother's dead.
Is she dead?
She's dead.
Where is your mum? Where is your mum, Potter? Is she dead? Is she dead?
Yeah.
It's very over the top, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It works well. You say you don't like the book. Do you think the movie's better?
No, it's not that I never disliked it. It
movie?
was just no, I like the movie. It's funny, even though it's the longest book, it's the shortest of the movies, I think.
I like the movie.
Yeah,
I think it's solid. It's mainly I mainly like it because it introduced a lot of new stuff with the Ministry of Magic, and then also the Dolores character's really good. Yeah. She's just a nasty fucking bitch.
Gets under your skin.
She's terrible. I mean, she literally physically abuses all the children.
Yeah.
Makes them hurt themselves or whatever. So she's just this horrible teacher, but she puts on a very all her outfits are pink.
It's very prim and proper.
Her wand is pink and very prim and proper, but then she's horribly evil.
That's another good casting choice.
But definitely one of the nastiest characters in the whole series.
I remember reading that's part of the book in my room I hate Umbridge because she was giving Hermione shit in class. She's just she has no redemptive quality.
And she's working for Voldemort, making it so the kids can't
not at this point. She's more working for the Ministry of Magic.
But isn't she what she's doing is eventually leading to Voldemort coming back, but her plan is she's the dark arts teacher now, so she's not teaching the kids how to defend themselves at all, so that when Voldemort comes they have no way to defend themselves.
Basically she's trying to Neutralize Harry's brigade or
his influence. Voldemort's not real. I'm not going to teach you anything how to use magic or anything, because she doesn't want them to be able to defend themselves when Voldemort. So I thought from that point she's already kind of working towards
not directly,
Voldemort's,
but
not directly maybe, but I thought maybe Voldemort would maybe telling her, gave her a plan or something. His like posse of people or whatever
his
gave like she's working with them in secret or something like that. You can like maybe interpret it that way. I don't know if that's how it is in the books or whatever. That's kind of like what I thought. And then it's like that leads to like Harry has to make his own dark arts class, basically. His own
he's teaching his classmates.
They do it in secret. They make like a little, like they find like a little hidden part of the school,
room of requirement.
Yeah, that's what it's called, and they gotta like open it with magic or whatever. But like that's like the story sort of, and it goes into that, and it's like pretty fast paced. I thought, like, watching it again.
Again, this is the 5th installment. There's not like a ton, like it's kind of like working towards the end game at this point. Even though it's like right, it's sad, but obviously Voldemort's back at this point, and
this back cast really working toward the end game.
Of
Voldemort.
And these the latter 4 movies all had the same director, David Yates. He was a TV guy, and it made sense. Obviously, they were gonna definitely do all the movies. It wasn't like, oh, well, we'll see how it goes. Like they're all big hits, so they were like kind of like mapping.
I think he did a good job with them.
Better than Fantastic Beasts.
Well, those are their own thing. Those are like cash grabs, basically.
No, I think this one like looks nice. And,
it looks nice, and it's like true to the other ones. Again, it's like what it was the other one, the 4th one was doing, like balancing the tone of the first 2 with the tone of like the 3rd one, like the darker stuff.
Like
the mysticism of like the first 2,
and
the childlike whimsy and the magic with like the 3rd one's kind of like more realistic and grounded and whatever. It's kind of like blending those 2 things. What else happens in this movie? I mean, it's just like solid. Like, I don't know. It did a good job of like setting all that stuff up, and
like I said, like it's you're kind of building towards like the big confrontation with Voldemort. Like something like Prisoner of Azkaban's like a little more self-contained compared to some of the other stories. Now it's like all kind of building up to the finale. How and Harry's got he's a romantic now. Got Cho Chang, but that doesn't really.
Well, that doesn't really go anywhere. This is like the last movie where she's even like has any speaking lines or whatever.
Harry's kind of cranky in this one. Angsty.
Well, you said the hairstyles are better in this one.
They are better.
Because he's
Goblet of Fire. I think they ran out of barber scissors.
Barber scissors.
Because I remember like that was like a lot of what I remembered about the 5th book. Harry's just kind of like little dyspeptic. There's like the scene. It's toned down a little bit in the movie, but like Harry, like when he reunites with Ron and Hermione, like I didn't hear from you all summer. Fucking yelling.
What else happened? Like, how does it end?
It ends with that's I think one of the best scenes in any of the movies with Voldemort and Dumbledore's duel.
That's like
it's pretty
it gets
well
into
done.
the action.
I like that there's no music in that sequence. It's just you just hear the sound. The sound design's cool.
It's just it leans more into the action and stuff like that. I don't have much to say about it. It's just like solid, I think.
It's just kind of entertaining.
It's like kind of continuing like what the last one did, basically. It's like continuing the story. It's kind of like in the middle. It's before it gets like the very end.
Right.
I mean, it does have to set a lot of stuff up that's like important. Like Luna Lovegood's in this one, right? This
is her first.
Like she's only in the back half of them. And she's like a really good character. She's actually one of the best characters, I think.
Definitely really like a good late addition.
You said
character.
Saoirse Ronan or whatever was.
I had heard that.
I think that would have been. I'm glad they didn't cast her. I'm just sick of seeing her and like everything. I felt like the actress think I was really good. She
Vanna.
Like, she kind of was like this like, I don't know, not dumb.
She's kind of quirky. But it's not over the top. She's
very like mellow.
Yeah,
and like kind of carefree, but like friendly. Like it's like very specific, like that character how she plays. I'm not sure if that's how she's in the books.
I think she's not like Hermione.
She's always
more
dressed
like
completely differently from everyone else. Like we like in the last 2, I think she's like dressed in like blue and purple, like bright, and everyone else is like in dark black or whatever. So she's always like stands out.
Yeah, free spirit.
That's a good character.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, I know sometimes, I know like Lost sometimes struggle. Like, you don't want to like introduce too many like major characters right at the end because it's harder to get invested. But I think sometimes that, if you just like
to change things up.
If they're developed enough, they can make a good impression, even though it's like later in the story.
Yeah, and it does like pay off the stuff with her. They give her stuff to do. That's fine. Yeah, that's really like the only other thing I remember about it.
And Sirius gets the boot in this one.
Oh yeah, he dies at the end.
Yeah, I remember reading that part of the book when my sister was at the orthodontist. I don't remember. I'm not sure why, but I remember reading that chapter. Like you see the scene in the movie where they show up to his room. You see Tonks and Bellatrix also get Helena Bonham Carter. She gets introduced.
Yeah, she gets out of prison.
Yeah, she's a good villain.
Azkaban, I think for the first time.
Yeah, I think at least in the movies.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, there's like a lot of like newspaper snippets that like explain things that are happening in the story, and it's like because there's like so much plot and stuff that's like setting up, like it doesn't feel like I said it's like more of the same, but it's also setting up a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that does like become important and whatever. And yeah, like it looks great, the effects are good, it's fun, there's action and whatever.
Right.
Like it does what it has to do. It's like a good Harry Potter movie. I mean, when you get so many movies, it's hard to say new things about them.
Yeah, it helps. Right, these books have so much plot. It doesn't feel like the story's like going in circles.
No,
it's
not really.
To clear conclusion.
Yeah, because it's setting up stuff. And like developing it a little more, getting a little darker in that darker direction. I give it like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, I give it like a 7.
Yeah, it's solid. It's like another one. And then like Half-Blood Prince is the next one.
Yeah,
which, what happens in that one? It's
Dumbledore dies. Spoilers. Yeah, I forgot that, but I think I bought that book.
Yeah, do you have that one?
I forgot it, but I have the hardcover. I don't know where the dust jacket went, but yeah, it was just a hardcover. I remember getting it at a Market Basket for some. I don't know if I'm getting it mixed up, but I feel like they were selling them like in a bin, like at the grocery store.
Yeah,
that was the first book that I read like when it came out, because the other ones were out already.
Yeah, that's the first one I saw in theaters. I was telling you, the Half-Blood Prince. I didn't see any of the other ones before that. I was
might have been a little confused.
I mean, it was fine.
Yeah,
I wasn't that confused, but I just thought the movie overall was like okay.
Yeah, I think I like it more now than when I first saw it, because I wasn't as interested in like the romantic elements, at that age.
the romantic stuff just doesn't really like. Ron and Hermione's fine. But like the stuff with Harry just never really works. I mean, even in the last one, like him and Cho Chang, it's like it's fine. But then like they try to make him and Ginny a thing, and
it feels a little rushed.
That's one of the worst parts of all these movies. Yeah, for sure. You just completely rushed, because there's so much other stuff going on.
Right.
Has Ron gone to bed?
Not yet. No.
Shoelace. Merry Christmas, Harry.
Yeah, I know. What's
and a lot of people probably say that, but it's true. It's not like the best romance.
No,
and when we were watching, you mentioned Leia and Han Solo, whatever. Like that's great.
Yeah, it's a little more natural. Yeah, it's more prominent in Empire. And,
right.
I know Bonnie Raitt, who played Ginny, said she felt she got kind of like short shrift, because you do like.
I mean,
Ginny,
is that in the book? Is it better?
From what I recall, it's been a while since I've read that one, but I think it does get a little more focused.
I think the movie's just kind of, there's so much other stuff happening that they just don't.
I think they could, maybe if they establish it more in the fifth one.
Maybe the actors didn't have chemistry. Because like they casted them when they're so young, you know, like they didn't screen test them to see if they had chemistry when they were like 11 or because Ginny's been around since the first movie. Right? It's the same actress.
Yeah, I mean you like Ginny, but it's not like a
fine.
You know,
It's just as a romantic like their chemistry. They're just
like attracted to each other. I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing really more there. Whereas Ron and Hermione, like that really works in all of them. And that's like really well developed. You know, it starts with like, well, they're in potion class basically, and he finds this book.
Yeah,
that
the textbook.
It's a textbook, but it was owned by a specific person, which is the title, The Half-Blood Prince. It was owned by the Half-Blood Prince. It was revealed to be someone else later, but basically he uses the book. It has like all kinds of like special tips and tricks and stuff. It's like spells for dummies or whatever, making potions for dummies, and he uses it. He's like, the class is really impressed with Harry or whatever.
Right, especially he's never been like that great of a student, it seems like.
And I guess the teacher of that class is
Slughorn.
Who
Jim Broadbent.
But who had a relationship with Voldemort when he was a kid, and you kind of see Voldemort's like when he was younger and going to Hogwarts and flashbacks to that stuff.
Yeah, that's a big part of the book.
Yeah, you said there were a lot more flashbacks in the book. But the movie has, I think, like a few, three.
Yeah, I think a lot of them just got cut for time.
Yeah, which is fine. But those are the strongest parts of the movie, I think, is when they cut back to when him as a kid.
Yeah, I
and
like
Dumbledore
that stuff.
meets him in the whatever, was it an orphanage? Yeah, you see that stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
It works better than like in Phantom Menace with like young Anakin, because he's just kind of like a regular kid.
Well, because it's just like a couple scenes. It's like a couple flashback scenes. It's not like the whole movie.
Yeah,
like
that's true. Right.
Yeah, like the whole Phantom Menace, you have to see him as like a 10-year-old. Like that's not like.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be the whole fucking movie, you know. Oh yeah, that's where he finds his nephew, the actor.
He was in those after movies, which are like, it's like, I forget how, it's like a romance or something.
They're
not
bad.
very good.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, I haven't seen them.
What else with this one?
I know it was like the one movie, of the series that got nominated for like best cinematography. A lot like they get very darker, like starting from this one, like visually darker.
Yeah, I guess it does look good.
Yeah. There's a guy, he also did like Inside Llewyn Davis, Bruno Delvant.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
That like muted colors or whatever. Right. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense now that you say that. I didn't know that.
I think there's some this one has some strong like comedic bits. I think like the humor in this one.
Yeah, everyone laughed when she's like, why is there always you three who are in trouble? Everyone laughed at that when I saw it.
Why is it when something happens, it is always you three?
Believe me, Professor, I've been asking myself the same question for 6 years.
Dumbledore has some funny lines here and there.
Yeah.
I think it's probably like my favorite. Like, I like the stuff with Dumbledore and this one in particular. I like when
him and Harry are in it a lot.
Yeah,
because it's Dumbledore's last movie basically.
Right, and
he's in like Deathly Hallows a little bit, but
yeah, briefly,
briefly.
But I do like the power, like Drake, Malfoy's like, basically like trying to kill him. I mean, he's not gonna do it. He's chicken shit, but Dumbledore is very like calm, trying to settle him down. It feels, that feels like true to the character. Like even when like like he's at like death's door, like he's trying to be kind and not like yell at his student.
Sure. Yeah, Draco and Harry Potter fighting in the bathroom. It's like another action scene. They probably threw in a lot of action in the movies just to keep it interesting.
Right, and and this also too
extend those parts out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to get too dry, and I mean, this is real. I guess like it's a lot of emphasis on like Harry and his classmates, because this is really the last time we like have a normal year at Hogwarts, because he doesn't go to school. The only when he goes back, then it's his time for the battle. So that
right. It's kind of like the penultimate chapter.
Penultimate, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's in terms of the books.
Yeah,
it's the penultimate. Yeah, it's setting all that stuff up for the next movie. Yeah, the cave stuff is cool. That whole sequence is fun. It's one of the more memorable parts of the movie, for sure.
Yeah, it's almost like a little like horror movie sequence.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just this one. It starts to feel like more of the same to me. And yeah,
Sure.
it's very plot heavy. It's very like, cause yeah, it has some stuff for them in school, but it's mostly like about the Voldemort stuff.
Yeah, they're
And
trying to. In this one, they
yeah,
established that Voldemort has these Horcruxes, basically like parts of his soul.
yeah,
It's like basically making it harder to kill him unless you
mhm,
destroy all these objects.
A Horcrux is an object in which a person has concealed part of their soul.
But I don't understand how that works.
One splits one's soul and hides part of it in an object. By doing so, you are protected should you be attacked and your body destroyed.
Protected.
That part of your soul that is hidden lives on. In other words, you cannot die.
which yeah, they set up that the something in the second movie was a Horcrux.
Yeah, the diary.
You said a lot of it was like done in like retrospect,
Yeah,
which you can
yeah.
kind of see that.
It's not that's not always a problem. I mean, think like
fun.
Breaking Bad, like how much of that was like written on the fly. I think it's
Some
like
of it, yeah.
yeah, but I think it's more like how well
They
you
knew
can
were
hide that.
going. They
Yeah.
generally knew where they were going.
Well,
with
even
some
there were
things.
certain things.
It's
they
like
didn't
with
know from the outset.
some things, but like Star Wars, they had like no fucking clue. That's why the series sucked.
Well,
It
that was
fucking like
yeah,
that.
that's a little more like finite. I mean, they knew they were doing 3 movies. They could
Yeah.
have planned it a little
Yeah.
more. It's not always a bad thing necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah. What else about the like? Is
Snape's
this?
the Half-Blood Prince. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I
Is
remember.
this the one with the stalker girl who's in love with Ron?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Lavender.
right. Because I remember the teacher made him the liquid luck, and that's what Ron uses in the Quidditch match. Hermione gives
Gave
it to him,
and then
which
Harry
says
takes
he
it
gave it
too.
to him. Yeah, he doesn't actually give it to him. They just did it to make him give him confidence
They're
or whatever.
drugging each other.
Well, no, they don't actually drug him. They just gave it to him for like they said they gave it to him, but he doesn't remember. He didn't
Yeah.
actually because they just
Just-
said so they gave him the confidence
yeah,
to win the game, and he did. But yeah, that's the crazy girl or whatever who's in
Yeah.
love with Ron. I like that stuff too.
Oh, to be young and to feel love's keen sting.
Like that stuff's fine. That because again, Ron and Hermione are like you like them together.
Mhm.
I ship them.
You stand them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Um,
yeah, Snape's prominent in this one too.
Right, that he's the Half-Blood Prince. He kills Dumbledore basically.
Yeah, that's a big moment.
Yeah, and yeah, the Snape character is great because you don't know what his allegiance is. That's what makes him interesting. He's like one of the more complicated characters in the
Yeah.
whole series. So yeah,
Mhm.
he's a good character. I like Snape. And just overall, like yeah, it's to me, it's just like it's a fine movie.
Yeah.
I just don't have like a lot I love about it. There's not much that stands out to me
Mhm.
about it to me, except for like Dumbledore and a couple parts like that. Even the last one had like Dolores and whatever, which I thought was great character and whatever. So I don't know. It's just kind of like just more of the same to me.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Now, I mean, now we want to focus on the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the book here. I got a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Pretty big. This is another really long
Yeah.
one.
I give it a 6, by the way. Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, I give it like a 7 or something.
Yeah. I give it a 6.
There we go. So yeah, and then right, they end up splitting the last book into 2 movies.
Yeah,
because
'cause
there
it's
would have
so
been a lot to
big.
cram in, and then yeah,
And
Twilight
to make
and-
money.
Yeah, that's true. At least you could justify it. Even if like you could you could just even if you,
I hate like that it made it such a popular.
well, definitely it was
It
less.
popularized that whole. Let's split it into 2 parts and make more money.
Yeah, it was definitely a little more cynical with like Twilight and
They
Hunger
let that
Games.
cat out of the bag, and now it'll never go back in.
Well, I think it kind of bit them in the ass though when they did. Yeah, like I mentioned, Divergent. Like
Yeah, it bit them in the ass for that. But that's But Hunger Games did it, and Twilight did it.
yeah, there was
and
no
yeah.
reason for Twilight to do it.
No, at all.
Yeah,
That
it was
book that
so
that was
bad.
barely 1 movie
Yeah.
worth of material, let alone
Yeah.
2 movies. Yeah, but this one, part one, it's like, again, I just think there's not a lot that happens in it. Like as like a self-contained movie, I get it's tied into the next one, but I just don't. There's just not a lot happens in it. It's very
Well, it's a little change of pace, like, 'cause it's not at Hogwarts. I like the sequence when they're at, like, the
yeah,
Ministry of Magic when they're disguised. I think that's one of the better parts of the movie.
yeah. They go back to the Ministry of Magic. Yeah. Like this is not like we just watched it and it's just a lot of setup.
Yeah,
It's a lot of them in the tent.
right, yeah, I think that's true of the book too, like, that
Yeah.
stuff's a little slow.
The stuff in the beginning's fine. Them getting chased and the owl
Yeah.
gets killed and
And wait, yeah, Mad
yeah.
Eye Moody.
Well, that stuff's fine. And you like some of the characters get killed. Mad Eye Moody gets killed off screen,
Yeah.
which is a little weird, but
That's true of the book
yeah,
too.
you said it's the same in the book.
They cut out a scene, which I was disappointed because, Harry, he lives with his aunt and uncle and cousin, and yeah, the cousin says goodbye to him. I don't know why they cut it out. I don't know if it was just for time,
Yeah, probably.
but like,
So
yeah, they
nice,
basically
so-
show like he's not Malfoy. He's just kind of like a brat, and he realizes he does like Harry,
Who
his cousin,
the Dunsley? What?
Dudley.
Dudley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did appreciate that Harry, saved them when they got attacked by the Dementors.
oh, yeah.
I think that made a good impression on him.
Yeah, but in the movie they just don't even. You don't even see them really.
Very briefly, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been a bad idea because they were pretty prominent, like in the first two movies.
Yeah, they just kind of drop them.
Yeah.
It's just they stay in the tent the whole time and talk. Like that's
Yeah.
like the whole movie.
Well,
that's like the second half of the
yeah.
movie. Like once they get in the action scene and come back, it's just a lot of them in the woods and a lot of them
Mhm.
talking in the woods
Yeah.
and yeah, in the tent.
Well, they Harry and Hermione dance. People like that part.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not in the book.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Okay.
Not that I remember.
Yeah. It's just like I don't know. It was okay.
There are good things about it.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
fine.
I think it drags a little towards.
It
I don't
definitely
think,
drags.
I wouldn't say this one's like hated, but like probably the one I would imagine is like not mentioned.
It's
as much,
definitely
like,
on the lesser. Of,
people wouldn't call it their favorite as much
for sure. Just
I-
because it's not a lot. Like I get it's like part one of part two or whatever, but
Well, you
the
see
way-
Harry and Hermione making out. It's a vision, but
yeah, when they're naked or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sylvester Braun. Like that stuff. I don't know. They could have just trimmed all that out.
well, I mean that at least was an important moment because Ron destroys the locket.
Yeah,
with Carrie.
the Horcrux.
Yeah, more
whatever.
so like the other stuff with like this them lying.
Yeah, it's a lot of
around.
just like destroying
Yeah.
the Horcruxes or whatever. They probably
Yeah.
could have cut like half the Horcruxes out of the movie. But
Right.
they wanted to make it eventful.
Only two.
They really, they really just did it for money. This is why they split into two. It's
Yeah.
a big reason.
No, I'm saying like you could argue it, but at least there
Yeah.
is like a lot. It probably would have been a lot to cram all of it into one movie.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, maybe.
And it does let the second movie breathe a little.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Then
because
they
I
can-
do like the second part much better.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know how to how to judge it. It's just like kind of,
Yeah, I think it is on. Even they just did it with Wicked, which those movies are. Yeah. that
yeah.
last
See,
one
that's
picked
another
were
one they
really
did it
bad.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't need to make two parts of fucking Wicked. It's not.
No, yeah, it's like all at least like some. I'm not opposed to like cliffhangers, but at least something like Back to the Future 2, like they conclude the storyline with Biff
Yeah.
and the Almanac.
Yeah.
At least like that's wrapped up in that movie. It doesn't
Mhm.
feel like the third part 3 is just like the second half. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So this one I don't know about.
I think there are enough good things about it.
Yeah. I think there's enough good things, but it's just I don't know. It's kind of like nothing happens in the movie until the end. There's some stuff that happens in the end that's good
Right. Yeah, they're at
with
Malfoy's
Bellatrix
house.
and them.
Yeah.
That stuff's fine,
I do like that. Yeah,
but it takes so long to get there.
They
Yeah.
established in these last two because I guess like Malfoy's dad, he was in Azkaban for a while. Like he's just like a fucking deadbeat now. He looks like shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Voldemort.
Yeah,
like,
he's just out of jail now.
Yeah, he's Voldemort's punching bag basically.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because yeah, he's not like a tough guy. He's just a bully.
Mhm.
And now he's like humbled. Got like 5 o'clock shadow.
That's
part
definitely
2.
that's definitely Hallows part. Like, what
Yeah.
happens in the movie besides them being in a tent?
Yeah,
they're all in a
a
tent.
little grumpy, a little sleep deprived.
Yeah, they're all kind of like miserable in this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like bickering at each other. Well, the Horcruxes are like making them sad or whatever, make them angry.
Yeah, it's like Lord
the
of the
ring.
Rings.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Lord
the
of the
One
Rings.
Ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they're trying to do that. I like the little animated segment. That was one of the
Yeah,
positive.
yeah, I forgot.
That was cool. That was
Yeah.
one of the better parts of the movie, and explains what the Deathly Hallows are.
It was a neat flourish that I think worked. Yeah.
The Deathly Hallows are the wand, the
Resurrection
cloak, and the
Stone.
Resurrection Stone. Yeah, which the wand is Dumbledore's. Like, I knew that just from the animation. I'm like, oh, it's Dumbledore's wand.
Yeah.
The Elder Wand. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then the Resurrection Stone and the cloak.
Yeah.
Which is in the other movies, the invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
And basically, if you have all three, you're like what are you, like a master of death or whatever?
You're a really cool guy.
Yeah, it makes you just like really powerful. So that's what Harry's trying to get. On top of getting the Horcrux, he's trying to get the Deathly Hallows so he can fight Voldemort or whatever. Yeah, and that's basically the movie. Like,
Yeah.
it ends with the elf or whatever getting killed.
Dobby. I had
Dobby.
forgotten that when I saw the movie. Just
Yeah,
so much.
Dobby
a lot
gets
of
killed.
curtain calls in the last 2 movies.
Yeah.
And the last book.
Which again, yeah, they've resolved that. They resolved Dolores in that one, the part 1.
Yeah.
That was one of the better parts of the movie too. Yeah, like you said, that part's fun when they break into the Ministry.
I like that they do a lot of gags with, especially Deathly Hallows, a lot of people in disguise.
Yeah,
when they have like the multiple Harrys, like Daniel Radcliffe's funny when he's playing all the different people.
Yeah,
like, in
yeah.
disguise as Harry.
There's some fun stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a bad movie, but yeah, it's definitely one of the weaker ones. In terms of the whole franchise, I think. For sure. I'd probably just give it a 6. Like, that's just like a 6 straight up. Not like leaning toward a 7. Yeah, I'm not in love with this one. But part 2 I like a little more.
Right, a lot of action. It moves at a pretty
it's
steady
pretty,
pace.
Yeah, the pacing's much better, and it's like all action. It's like I like the opening credits that it just starts. It starts before there's a scene before the logos start.
Yeah, which was unusual.
Yeah, that is
Marvel's-
unusual.
I think Marvel's done it too many times. Like,
That was
it's
the
like-
first time I've seen it, at least in a movie.
Yeah, me too.
In a theater, and that was cool. Yeah, it definitely sets the tone, makes it feel kind of grandiose.
Yeah, this is a big finale.
Yeah, it's a finale, and it's a good finale. It's like it pays off everything. It gives you action. It's not lazy. I was thinking of the Twilight Part 2, Breaking Dawn Part 2, how like nothing fucking happens in that movie at all, and
It's
how
inconsequential.
and it's just how lazily made it is. Like, the effects are fucking awful. The acting's awful.
You didn't like the E-Trade, baby?
Yeah, it's just like horrible. And then like this one, it looks great. The action's great. They get all the characters in there that you could possibly like want. Basically, everyone's in the movie who wasn't in part
killed
1,
off,
wasn't killed off already, or in part 1. But it never feels fan servicey. It never gets into like cringy fan service, like whatever, where it just feels like padding.
Well, I knew, before the movie that, I mean, it's a good moment where, like Ron's mom kills Bellatrix.
Yeah,
I knew
but
like that
was
would be
good.
like a big
That was
crowd-pleasing
cool.
moment because it was in the book too.
Yeah, that was cool though. But there was no like, oh, this guy shows up and whatever. He doesn't do anything. Like, everything was organic in the story.
Yeah, even some supporting characters like Luna and Seamus, like you've liked people that haven't gotten as much to do, like you like seeing them. Yeah,
the crazy girl from Half-Blood Prince who was in love with Ron.
Yeah,
she's
she
in
died.
it,
I
and
don't think she
gets
died in
canned.
the book. I can't
Yeah.
remember. They might have changed it, but yeah, Fred dies.
Yeah, Fred.
Lupin.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife Tonks. Yeah, they get into
Yeah.
that a little more. And the certain things, like Deathly Hallows in particular has a lot of plot. Like, I think they didn't always explain like everything, little thing. I think
Yeah.
it would have taken too long.
It's already 2 parts.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? Like, how much longer can this shit be?
Yeah,
Did
there
they-
is like a kind of like the opening act a little before the Battle of Hogwarts, but I think it works well. I like the stuff at Gringotts. It's a fun.
Yeah, that stuff's great.
It doesn't go on for too
that
long.
stuff. I love
Yeah.
that stuff. The whole
Yeah.
Gringotts segment is really fun. And yeah, that's just like the opening of the movie. But yeah, And it's not like the last one was like Ministry Magic again, all right, but the whole Gringotts thing was kind of fresh.
Yeah,
'cause
we hadn't spent much time there
right.
since
It's
the
been a
first
while.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's been a while since the first movie, right, was like the last time we went there. And yeah, the Jon Stewart bit about
Like,
how
who runs the bank?
yeah, it was Jon Stewart has this amazing bit about who runs the bank in Harry Potter and that they all look like racist,
Like anti-Semitic,
like
caricature.
yeah, exactly, like cartoons of like Jewish people with like the big ears and the big nose, and they're all like they work for a bank and they're like in control of money or whatever. Yeah, so it's just funny that we pointed that
Yeah,
out.
he does like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
he-
it's probably not. I mean, hopefully it's not intentional. You don't know J.K. But yeah,
Who knows,
it's just
right?
funny. He's like, who runs the bank in Harry Potter? Jews.
It's a wizarding world. It's a world where it's
You
like
can imagine anything.
the train station has a half a thing and no one can see it, and we can ride dragons, and you've got a pet owl.
And who runs the bank?
Who should run the bank? Jews.
But yeah, that whole segment's great, and then you get right into like the stuff with Voldemort and whatever. And Ralph Fiennes is excellent in this movie. He fucking chewing up the scenery.
Yeah, in a good way. Not to the
Yeah.
point where like he's a cartoon, but he's very hammy.
He's almost a cartoon, but it's perfect for the movie.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember,
he's evil. He's Voldemort. You know, like there's been so much like build up around this. Like,
yeah, he's definitely fun to watch.
he's supposed to seem like all powerful. Yeah, I like when Harry's like he dies at some point and Voldemort's like laughing.
Yeah, he does a big
yeah,
cackle.
yeah.
That got a big laugh in the theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just like pure evil. Yeah, I mean, it made us laugh too, just because you hate him, but you're also laughing at him or whatever. Like he's perfect. That performance is perfect. You love to hate him.
Harry Potter is dead!
Yeah, this is a much better movie, but it reminds me, like, in that last Twilight you mentioned, like Michael Sheen, like he really hams it up.
Yeah,
as
but
the
in that
vampire.
case, it was like unintentionally funny. Like
Oh,
you're
I think it was intentional on his part.
yeah, on his part. But like the character in that
He's so
movie
ridiculous.
is like you're like who the
Big
fuck.
goofball.
Whereas in this movie,
Yeah.
you actually buy into Voldemort a lot, even when
Yeah.
you're like laughing. Like that part was funny, but you're still scared of him,
Mhm.
and like there's still stakes to the story. I think it's cool that like Harry dies. That makes it more impactful. Like
Yeah.
Harry actually like sacrificed something. Like he's the hero of the story. Like, okay, why is he the hero? He was willing to die to save Hogwarts. Okay, that makes him like
Yeah, he's not
heroic.
passive, right?
Yeah,
they
right.
make sure he's, he contributes to,
Right. There's not a list like
justifies his hero.
like what's the
status.
big deal of this Harry Potter guy? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's really important. He's like the only one who can stop Voldemort, basically. And that's like the whole plan. You discover. Good twist.
Well, they reveal
Yeah.
slightly different. Because I remember reading that. It's like probably like the last like 100 pages of the book or whatever. Snape, it turns out, was in love with Harry's mom.
Yeah. So he's
And-
been a double agent, basically.
Yeah, the
Snape.
whole time.
Yeah, he's working really for Hogwarts,
Yeah.
trying to save them.
Yeah, Dumbledore knew he was gonna die. It was all planned that he was gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So Malfoy didn't have to.
Right.
And that's a pretty, I think, like definitely like a fan favorite sequence. That whole like
Yeah, that whole
and I think it's done pretty well. Because that could definitely feel like too much like an exposition dump. I think, but I think because it's like character focused. I
It's
think
pretty
it works.
important.
It's not just like
Yeah.
explaining shit.
Yeah, it's pretty important. And the way they use magic to explain it, like it's not like Snape tells him as he's dying.
That's true,
where
right.
He like gets the tears out of his
Gets the
eyes and puts
memory
it.
after
Yeah,
he's dead.
that was actually cool. Because I remembered it like Snape told him. That's how I remembered it. Because when I first like rewatched it.
That was actually like a smart thing J.K. Rowling did because she doesn't always do smart things. Alan Rickman knew, ahead of time
That he was
where
gonna
the
be a
story
good
was going. So that way his character already had that motivation. It wasn't
Yeah,
like revealed
yeah.
at the last minute.
I like that a lot. You see it throughout all the movies.
Right.
That like he's a jerk, but he's not like you don't know what his allegiance is really. But they do
Yeah.
a good job of making you.
Yeah, I guess they
like,
said even
back
like
and
Alan
forth.
Rickman, sometimes he would get direction or like the directors be like, "Why are you playing the scene this way?" He's like, "Well, there's a reason."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like with the Game of Thrones thing. Who's Jon Snow's mother?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's something that's important.
Yeah.
Established or like hinted at or something
Yeah.
early on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I really enjoyed this one. This is one of my favorite ones because it just wraps everything up really well. It's a shame because like the part one, I'm like not as big on.
Yeah,
but I
know.
also understand it. Yeah, this one it has like a lot of action. It just moves forward like constantly. It's got a lot of fun set pieces and stuff. The whole battle at the end at Hogwarts is great.
It's fun. I like it, and then there's humor too. It doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
there's
too
humor.
like
There's like a
dour.
lot of great like if you love these movies, there's so much great like payoffs and
Yeah,
stuff.
Neville gets a lot of
Yeah.
focus. Yeah,
You see them at the end grown up with their, at the train station
Ron's
dropping
got a
off their
beer
kids.
belly now.
Yeah, but that stuff's
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Yeah,
if,
the
if
makeup
you
looks
love
pretty
these
good.
books, if you watch all those movies, that stuff's really like it's a great send off to them, I think.
Yeah, I remember reading
and, yeah.
Sorry, I was just like I thought it was like a funny tweet I read like once like Harry Potter and like and they all married people they met in middle school.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always happen.
Yeah. But yeah, the old agent makeup's really good too. It's very subtle.
Yes, they don't give
change their
Harry
hair.
some big like bald cap or
Yeah, like Mark
Daniel
Wahlberg
Radcliffe.
in Flight Risk. Yeah, it's very subtle. They just change their hair a little bit and it's a little. I think Emma Watson had like little bags under her eyes, but it was like great. It was like the best old aging like I've ever seen. Because that shit could be hard. Like in Watchmen, it looks fucking terrible. The Zack Snyder Watchmen. They like age up Carlo Gugino or
yeah,
that looks fucking horrible.
Or even which that new Matrix like Jada Pinkett Smith
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
that
remember.
wasn't like
Yeah.
super
Oh my
convincing.
god.
Um
Twitter loves to defend that movie.
yeah.
I don't get it.
Wasn't very good.
So there was just some other movie Twitter was attacking Everything Ever All at Once. That is terrible. Which I don't. And then they were like, they're all praising some shitty movie. Like that's film Twitter. They like defend like the shittiest movies. But instead of defending those, you can watch Harry Potter.
That's true. Yeah, this was a
entertaining.
big hit. Yeah, they stuck the landing.
It was a big hit. It made a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it was the
Yeah, I
highest
remember.
gross in that.
I mean,
year.
I saw this one. I saw part 1, I think, at home, and then part 2 I saw in the theater.
Yeah, it was this. I think it came out in July. I remember. I saw it with my dad, and there were people waiting in the lobby. They had dressed like wizards. And I went nerds.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're a big nerd too. You were...
I wasn't dressed up though. The guy in front of me laughed when I said nerds.
Yeah.
No, I think everybody was pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I think it's a very satisfying movie.
I don't have too many big complaints.
I don't either. I just think it's solid overall. I mean, I don't think it's like the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I
but-
know it's in that IMDb top 250. I don't think I'd go that
I don't think
far,
it's as
but
good as the third one.
The third one's still the best. I agree.
Yeah. But it's definitely one of the better ones, I think. And it ties everything up. Like I think it's about as good as you can probably do it.
Yeah, especially for a fantasy series.
Mm-hmm.
It could be especially when there's so many balls in the air.
Yeah, well, like Game of Thrones, we were talking about that, how they fucked up everything.
I think part of the the problem. I think with the D&D guy. I think they were kind of burnt out. Like the hats weren't.
I just think those books were not. They didn't have the material.
I think a combination of the two.
That
I feel
too.
like
Yeah, because that stuff's so complex. All the character. Like to make that stuff satisfying, like the endings, but like every payoff in this was satisfying, basically. The stuff with Voldemort, the stuff with Harry, learning what's going on with him and that he's a Horcrux and whatever, and the stuff with Ron and Hermione, the battles and whatever, and just wrapping everything up in a neat bow. It did that really well.
I remember at the time thinking like Harry, like they didn't sell how like devastated Harry was, they're realizing he had to die and all that stuff. But I think it works fine. Like they do take a pause when they need to.
Yeah, that didn't really bother me.
Yeah,
I didn't have any issue in terms of the pacing or anything like that. I thought it moved forward like
it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's pretty brisk.
Yeah. Like the last one felt a little long. I thought
Right.
they probably could have cut a little bit out of that one, even though
Probably.
I get maybe could have even kept the part 1, part 2 thing. But yeah, this one's so brisk and like it just gets to the action right away. Like that Gringotts segment's great, and then it gets right into like the main story. And yeah, I thought it was really well paced in terms of that. And yeah, and it's fun. And like even if you're not like a fan of this stuff, it's definitely made for fans for sure. Because there's things like you're not gonna understand.
Yeah, I think it would be
like Malfoy, or whatever.
incomprehensible.
Yeah. But I'd seen a couple of them at this point, so I knew the dynamics. I knew about Malfoy and Snape and whatever. So
Yeah, I don't think there were too many.
I wasn't confused at all.
Big changes because that is a pretty exciting part of the book, and I think they they changed one of Malfoy's actors they fired because they had some kind of legal trouble.
Oh,
Sorry, one of his cronies,
yeah,
Crab. He's
like
not
the
in this one.
sidekicks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Crab died in the book, but in this one they made it Goyle.
yeah, the marijuana farm you said or
Something
something
like that. It may have been he may have been
Probably, yeah.
unfair.
Yeah, maybe. Probably now you wouldn't even get fired for that.
Yeah, Johnny
I guess
Depp
they
got
were-
fired from
they were kids' books.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, because that stuff with Amber Heard. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie overall. I think this is one of the better ones in terms of the Harry Potter movies. Like a 7. I give it.
Yeah,
as far
7
as a
or 8,
rating.
something like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one. This is definitely one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah,
And,
but the best definitely the third one.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third one, the fourth one, the fifth one I like, and then this one. Those are probably my favorite.
They're all better than the Minecraft movie. We just started watching that.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah, that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
bad.
This isn't brain rot. This is like good characters and whatever.
Yeah, and,
World
right.
building.
I think watching the Fantastic Beasts. I know we mentioned that a couple times, but yeah, definitely make you appreciate the Harry Potter movies more. Probably like you can see like how badly the formula can be done. Like the stories make no sense.
Yeah.
Like poorly cast.
What formula? Well, it's like I said in the last one, like the story's about defeating evil Voldemort, because it's like what every story's about. But once you do that, like what's there to explore? Just make a movie about Eddie Redmayne and going into his bag and hanging out with a bunch of creatures.
Yeah, it's the same
It's just
same
like
villains
shit.
in every movie. Like no stakes really.
Yeah, well, Grindelwald's in this one in part 2. Is another actor.
Mostly part 1.
Oh, is it
like,
part 1? They show
yeah.
Voldemort and him.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is like
I
a lot
forgot
to
which part it
explain.
was. But yeah, Grindelwald is in it, so he is a significant character.
He didn't have the weird eye in these
He
movies.
didn't? Oh, well, I didn't notice that. Yeah, the Johnny Depp ones are horrible. We already know that.
Yeah.
Those are horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but these are fine. These were enjoyable.
And
Yeah.
we'll see how the show turns out.
Probably shitty, if I had to guess. Are they gonna make Hermione black in that?
Yeah, that's what you said. JK was claiming that.
Yeah, she
in the
said
books.
Hermione was black at some point.
Obviously, it wouldn't be an issue if she were black, but she wasn't.
No,
yeah, we
you
could see
got
on
the-
on cover.
Does that look like a black girl?
Right, she's just being dishonest.
She's being
Yeah.
She's trying to make it look like she's like some
Woke,
progressive
yeah, right.
idol or whatever.
Yeah.
But she's just a crazy old lady. Which
Mhm.
crazy old lady who wrote these good books. Yeah, that changed everyone's life.
Yeah, the last what was a better blockbuster that year? This or Green Lantern?
This is a tough one. No, Green Lantern's terrible. Yeah, this was
Okay.
definitely better than Green
I
Lantern.
think it came out around the same time.
Yeah, and like even like on its own without. This is a better movie. Like without even if you haven't seen the other Harry
Watch the
Potter
first,
movies,
yeah.
because at least it's just like a well shot movie. Yeah, it
Mhm.
looks nice and whatever,
Yeah.
good effects and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ray Fiennes is great.
Mhm.
Helena Bonham Carter. Those,
Yeah.
yeah, they're really like they kind of elevate these last few movies. Those two actors, Helena Bonham Carter and Ray Fiennes. They're really
Yeah, I
great.
agree.
They're really great, and they're really like hammy in a good way. Because they're like evil wizards. You want to see them be hammy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they were in
yeah.
Wallace and Gromit together too. Forget about that.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
Were Rabbit.
Yeah. They really own that the evil character or whatever.
Yeah, I
the
think
evil character.
because sometimes people said like the characters kind of rotate. I think because they stick around for a while, like it's easier for them to
Yeah.
make an impression.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Voldemort's not really in part 1.
Yeah,
It's
not
mostly-
as much.
It's mostly
Yeah,
her. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's Harry Potter. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Forgot to wear my Harry Potter shirt. But
you have
we
a
got
Harry
the
Potter
the
shirt?
books.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. What would you rate the last?
Last
one?
one,
Yeah.
like a 7 or 8, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, as a fan, I can see you probably really liked it.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Very satisfying. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Finally get to see him defeat Voldemort and whatever. I like Voldemort's face when he died.
Yeah.
It's like it looked very painful.
I think in the book he just drops dead, but like in this
Yeah,
one they
he
did.
kind of like
yeah,
fades
yeah.
away. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was cool though. Some good stuff.
I would have liked maybe one more.
Yeah, from Harry.
Yeah.
Well, the
like
wand goes
Kelly
in there.
throat.
The wand flies from Voldemort to Harry,
Yeah.
and he's dual wielding the wands. I thought he was gonna like
Do a
like a Max Payne with the dual pistols. Just, yeah,
There you go.
that would have been cool. But that's fine. I get they're not trying to be like these like machismo action movies with the action. I like how like understated the action is. It's supposed to like they're not killing people left and right or whatever. It's not like Commando.
Yeah, that's true.
They're mostly running away from
Yeah.
shit, danger or whatever. Yeah, that's Harry Potter. I hope fans enjoyed our discussion of it. It's I mean, we didn't talk that long about them, but
Yeah, have a nice butter beer.
Yeah, how do you make butterbeer?
Carefully. It's like butterscotch. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, you get it at Universal. It's good. I think it's like cream soda and some buttery shit they put on it.
Yeah. Give it a try.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it then. Okay.